Happy Monday, American Literature students. This is an introduction video for your lesson today. This video is brief and we'll talk a little bit about what the lesson is and how you're going to go about completing that and what you're going to turn in. And then following this video, you will actually watch the lesson video that teaches you how to cite evidence, because you can see it in front of you. And once you go through that video, you're actually going to be taking some notes on a notes document that I'll show you and doing a little bit of practice with citing evidence. And that is going to be what you submit to the Dropbox for today's assignment. Just a real quick note that moving forward in this semester, you will be asked on almost every single written assignment to incorporate evidence. And so if you're reading a fiction story, if you're reading a poem, if you're reading nonfiction, this simply means that you pull a quote from the text and you cite where you got it from. And it's a critical skill moving forward in language arts. It's critical for this year and it's critical for next, and it's absolutely paramount in college English courses. So really important that today is the day that we really just learn how to do this and practice it through every assignment. So there's the importance. I had to give you the disclaimer of why we're doing this today. And then moving forward, just so that you're aware, whenever an assignment asks you to incorporate text evidence or asks you to cite evidence, and you do not, this is going to sound like the meanest teacher in the world, and I hate this to be my first impression, but I will actually hand your assignment back to you, and I'll ask you to keep working on it, okay? I'll ask you to incorporate that evidence and to do so correctly, and then you can resubmit. This isn't something that I would take late points for or anything like that, but it is such a critical skill that I probably won't grade your assignment until it's in there, okay? So this is just one of those things we've got to get under our belt and get practicing and make sure that we understand. So after this introduction video, you will watch the actual lesson, and then I want to show you where you're going to take notes and what that's going to look like. Okay, so you're actually going to get another PowerPoint presentation. And remember, we said in our English department video last week, you do need to have Microsoft tools. And you do get a free download of those through K-12. So if you're not sure how to do that, contact the IT department. I believe it is somehow connected to your email, but you do have access and you can put Microsoft tools and Office applications onto an Apple computer. My daughter had to do that. So if you do not yet have access to PowerPoint or Word, you do need to get on top of that right away, okay? And I can get that number for you if you email me to our tech people so that you can get started, okay? So, but you're going to get this PowerPoint presentation, and this is where you're going to actually take notes right on the PowerPoint. Okay, so during the lesson, I will talk you through what are the 3 steps. You're going to add the 3 steps into here. Okay, I will talk to you about what do you do if you don't know the author's last name. You'll take notes here. 3 ways to incorporate text evidence. Take note here. I think you guys get the idea. So you're going to take notes all the way up through how to cite dialogue. Okay, I'll talk a little bit about the signal phrases, but this is such a critical thing to hold on to and be able to find. Save it in your English folder, save this whole PowerPoint there so that you can come back to it. But it's just ways for you to incorporate that evidence in your own writing. And then this is where the practice and the assignment comes in. You're going to get these practice pages. It gives you directions and it gives you an example here, okay? And then what you're going to do is read this bottom half. So the following passage can be found on page 5 in the book The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. So what have I done? I've given you the book title, I've given you the author, and I've given you the page number, okay? With that information, you're going to take this. This right here is the direct quote from the text, okay? So you're going to retype this information right in here, but you're going to incorporate the citation. So the copy, the quotes, right? Copy, and then the author name, all of this good stuff is happening in here. Okay, so you'll do that a couple of times just to make sure that you have as much practice as possible. You're going to do that within dialogue as well. Make sure you know how to cite dialogue, all that great stuff. So Once you finish all this practice, then you can simply file Save As, save this to your English folder, save it as citing evidence so you can come back to it, and then this PowerPoint is what you will upload to the Dropbox for points. And just an FYI, I did attach a lot of points to this, like as much as a quiz grade, just because that is how important this skill is. So please take this lesson seriously and do your very best on this assignment, and then turn this into the Dropbox for a pretty significant score. Okay, so next steps: watch the video, take notes, practice, and